G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. I'm Chrissy, thanks for joining me. Excuse me just for a moment, just make sure that all is well. Sound is good, just one moment. Okay, let's have a look. I just want to say hello to everyone. Oh, Jelena made it in and just excused herself. Oh, so thank you so much, Jelena, for popping by. And of course, Wendy from Artista 365. Thank you so much. Wendy is moderating the stream as always. I do have her details in the description box below, so please go down and have a look. All her media sites are all there. Oh, g'day Monica, hello, looking forward to it. Oh, wonderful. Sammy, hello, welcome. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh, g'day Heidi, Lady Marigold. Barbara, hello. Okay, well, let's go. Oh, Marcy, hello. Let me just pop out the chat. Oh, Jelena, hi all. Not sure how long I can be on here. I'm working. Okay, you know what? Put your headphones in. Act as if nothing is happening, Jelena. Act as if nothing is happening. All right, so, okay. What we have here is, now, first of all, I'd like to talk about what this project is all about, and it's all about our group painting. Now, group painting. Oh, Nanette, hello, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too. Okay, so there is a handful of us who are participating in a group painting, care of Abigail, who suggested this quite a long time ago, but you know, we're all managing to get with the program, including myself, and of course I'm one of the stragglers. Okay, most of you have all put in your artwork, have sent it to me, and I've got it all. Thank you so much. Hello Chandri, hello sweetheart, how are you going? As soon as my boss turns up into the office, I will have to go, but all good so far. Okay. Mum is the word, Jelena. Mum is the word. Okay. And so I've actually got a few to do. And I thought, oh, I like your hair today. Oh, you know what? I've actually put it in a comb, Nanette. It's actually off my face for a change. Just a short while here, crossing the border to Belgium. Oh, it sounds very interesting. See, here in Australia, crossing the border, we have here the states. Queensland, Victoria, where I am, I'm on the east coast, so it's either crossing the border, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, no other country. I've got to go offshore for another country. G'day Gary, I'll send you mine tomorrow morning. You beauty, no worries, all is good. Oh, g'day Andy, hello, how you going? All right, so, Christy. Hello, Christy. How you going? All right, so now this is mine, or one of mine, okay? And, well, you know, I'm into pastels, as you know, but I'm also into colour pencil, believe it or not, right? And so what I've got here is I've got my Pablos, and these are sort of the colours that I'll actually be using. And the surface that I'm using is Pastelmat. A Pastelmat, and I've decided that I'm going to use coloured pencil. Okay, now you guys don't get to see me use coloured pencil a lot, and I've also got which I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to use, but I've got the Xrissart, which is made in the UK, and you know what? This is my I've had this for a while, and I have a little jar which I empty some in. So anyway, I mean, I know some people just dip their brushes in this bottle, but I don't do that because I think it contaminates it. And I just put a little bit in a jar. So I've got that close behind. What else have I got? Let me see. That's it. And of course, Pastelmat, coloured pencil. And can I just say, I've been playing around, and I just wanted to show you. These are some of the colours which I'm actually going to be using in this project. And the water that I've got here is sort of like an aqua green, aqua blue, I don't know what you call it, but aqua. Could it be aqua turquoise? I don't know. And that, and of course I've got aqua. Wendy, I've got Wendy in my ear, folks. She's actually helping me out moderating, and she's saying to me, "Why are you saying it like that?" Because that's how I say it. Going to. Okay. This is interesting. Coloured pencil. Yes, of course. Okay, so I shall start. And I've got just some scrap bits of paper next to me so I can play around. So hang on, let me put my specs on. See? Now all is good. Let me see. G'day Sneaks, how you going? Okay, all right, let's go. All right, so now it's really strange because I was actually going to put some masking film on here, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to. Oh, Cece, hello, how you going? I just wanted to test out. Now the color pencils that I'm using are Pablos by Caran d'Ache. These are absolutely gorgeous. They are just gorgeous. I don't know what to say, but so I just wanted to make sure because I'm going to be mixing a few with that. Oh, Christine, hello. What? Oh, made it. Yes, hello. How you going, Marcy? We'll be starting mine tomorrow. What dimensions are preferred? Sorry to be late to the party. No, you're not late. Absolutely no. Look, as you can see, look how small mine is. Okay, can I just say, look, hang on, let me measure. Shall we go set? Okay, 5 by 5.5 inches for the imperial, and for the metric, let me see, it's about 14 centimeters, approximately 14 point something by about 12 point something centimeters. So it is it's just a very small one, but when you photograph it, because it's digital, okay, so that's what it is. It's digital. So here we go. Hello, John. Hello. Welcome. Hi, Chrissy and Wendy. Looking forward to the stream. Way to go. I've been playing around with watercolor markers. They are fun. I saw your post in Share Your Art with Xrissart, Jelena. Way to go. I haven't got those markers. Oh, hang on. I better start. Sorry. I better start. Oh, Abigail. Hello, Abigail. Well, Abigail. Hi, everyone. I'll be trying work while listening to you, just wanting to say hi. Absolutely. Jeff, oh, g'day, mate. How you going? G'day, Chrissy and Wendy. Wonderful. Marcy, thank you. I'm so excited. I'm excited too, as you can see or hear. Yes, definitely had trouble getting the colours right. Oh, that's okay. Well, look, the colours that I'm using here is, let me see, this Pablo one. It's called Vert Opale, which is probably in French, and I'm probably not saying it correctly, but it's opale green. So, and you know, the good thing with Caran d'Ache, opale, O-P-A-L-E. No. There's an E and at the end, so that you say that differently. Wendy is very upset with the way I pronounce words, so it's driving her nuts. Actually, what I'm going to do is, before I go much further, I'm actually going to Kneaded eraser and just slightly get the graphite off. But just so you can see, now I know you, the people that are participating in this in this have got various parts of this little puzzle, and some people have revealed and some people haven't, which is really good. But you know what, this is going to be a very interesting painting, which I'm so excited about. I really am. Like, this is so cool. And of course, what I've got a few to do. So a few now. I promise I'm going to do one in watercolor. Don't fall over, okay? Don't fall over. I'm actually going to do one in watercolor. I'm going to avoid pastel, okay? I'm going to avoid pastel. I may even do one in acrylic. I've got about a few to do. So, let me see. Heidi says, pronounced ver, silent T, ver. There you go, ver. Sorry, Heidi. Ver, ver. And you've got the pronunciation of opal right. See, there you go. Right, Chrissy means green opal. There you go. Thank you so much. See, I need that. You know what? We have a French. You know what, Heidi? We've got a French-speaking person. His name is Francois, and I'm actually quite impressed with how I can actually. Well, if he ever does come in the stream, it would be lovely. But he speaks French to us. And so I like to reply in French if I can, only because I love the sound of the French language. It's just wonderful. Even if I don't understand it, you know, all I've got is school French. So this is all I have. School French. Someone is practicing bass. Oh, bass. So I'm lip reading the stream. So far I've got polychromos. No, Chris. I'm using Pablo's. But then again, oh, I'm not sure. Okay. Now this is Pastelmat. Look, you know what? I doubt it if I'll finish this in this stream. But it's small enough for me to finish. I can't see why I can't finish. But you know what? It's Chrissy. You know, Chrissy have a chat. So, you know. Yes. Okay. Now, so of course this group project is a big deal for the people that are participating. It's something that we can all share together and do something which is really nice. So I'm going, once all of this is done and it's all nearly there, so I've just, apart from a few, this is almost going to come together very quickly, hopefully. I'm going to do a video and share and put a name to all of the people that have been participating in this project. So, but this is something that you guys don't get to see me do very often, and that's use colour pencil. In fact, you've hardly got to see me use any other medium other than pastels. Pan pastels, actually, to be exact. But anyway, you should type that in. Okay, now I have to also talk about, I'm not quite sure how to bring it up, but it's like changing the subject a little bit and changing the I follow quite a few artists on YouTube, and one of the artists that I follow, his name is Stefan Bowman. He is an American oil painter, and he is predominantly plein air painter. He has a YouTube channel, and I was just wondering, Wendy, if it's possible, please, if you could actually put a link to his channel. Now, this particular fellow, I've actually been following him for about, I don't know, probably about maybe, I don't know, half a dozen years. And what he does is he has I think he had well, he talks about how he had a television program. I mean, I don't know, I'm in Australia, so I couldn't say. But he's, I think he's Mount Shasta. I think that's the areas that he talks about the most. But I think he does travel quite a bit around that area. So for people that are in that region, you may know where that is. Anyway, to cut a long story short, his last video channel, there it is. Thank you so much, Wendy, for putting that link in. Now, he was bringing up a question which is very close to me, because it's something which I struggle with. And one of the questions he says, and I'm asking you people in the chat, and you could please respond. I would really love to know what your impressions are and how you approach this. And the question is this one: how do you get your hand to cooperate with your mind's eye? In other words, how do you get your brain and your hands to work together? Now, the reason why I say that is because there are quite a few things which I struggle with. And of course, you all know, because you know me, and I struggle with things like hands and things like this. And of course, sometimes like the brain says, no, Chrissy, that's not how it's supposed to be. And of course, if you paint what you see, then there's no problem. But then the brain actually comes in and says, look, Chrissy, forget what the eyes are saying, forget what the eyes are seeing, forget what the hand is doing. Just do as I'm saying. And I just wanted to find out, is it something that you guys have issues with? Because I can tell you that I have a tremendous amount of issue. I've actually really got to concentrate. I've actually sometimes got to switch my brain off, and that actually comes with practice. So I just wanted to find out, do you have that problem? This is a question I like to... I follow him, Nanette says. Yes, amazing. Yes, he doesn't show you how to paint things. All he does is he talks. That's all he talks. And the last video that he had out, he was just talking about that, which was the very latest video, right? And I thought to myself, wow, I've actually got to bring this up with my art friends here, and I thought, I wonder what they do. I beat my hand relentlessly when it doesn't do what it's supposed to. It eventually gives up and does what it's supposed to. Okay, there you go. That sounds a bit naughty, actually, Wendy, can I just say, honestly. Practice, in many cases, it's muscle memory. But yeah, I think it's very common. It's a very common thing. All I can do is practice, I think. Yes, Coffee Cat. And hello, by the way. I've got to say hello to you as well. Yes. So I just find that really interesting, because this is where I have the problem when it comes to, when it comes to me doing things like hands. If I just did what I saw and forget the brain, there would be no problem. You know, yes, and there you go. Observation is my problem. Observation is my problem. But what happens if my brain says, you know what, no way, Chrissy, no way. And sometimes my brain actually takes over. Hang on, I've got to sharpen my pencil. Oh, can I just say, for my pencils, my coloured pencils, I use this sharpener. So, excuse me just for a moment while I sharpen. There's always some noise. If it's not a vacuum cleaner, it's a sharpener. Oh, hang on a minute. Here we go. Check that out. Hello, baby. Look at that point. Oh, I'm loving that point. Okay. All right. I mean, so there you go. So let me see. Heidi says, Chrissy, when my brain and hand don't work together, I turn both art and the reference photo upside down and I work upside down. That's a very good point. I've actually done that a few times and it works, I have to do that too sometimes too. It's a great trick. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nanette. I agree with you too. Jelena says, I tried a pastel portrait. I drew the face out of my head just so I can practice the skin tones. I didn't finish it because I wasn't meant to, but it looks like the face has been hit with a bus. Oh, jeez. I don't know what to say to that, Jelena, other than chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. That's all I can say. I totally agree with Coffee Cat. Muscle memory from practicing. Also, I think when using references, it's important to tell yourself to draw what you see and not what you think you see. Yeah, I know, Coffee Cat. I know. You are correct when you say that, but wow. You know, and it's all about that, isn't it? Practicing and just, you know, tell your brain to switch off. I think it helps to find examples. Also, Coffee Cat says, also in digital, it's quite easy to flip the canvas and get a new perspective. Interesting. Sneak says, Deb, I think it helps to find examples to look at of the brain lying. Sounds very strange, but in photography, you learn quickly that the brain auto corrects perspectives on object. Ooh, that's very interesting. I like that one. I almost always listen to an audiobook. My brain focuses on the story and my hand can do its own thing. You know what, Nanette? I actually agree with you there because that's happened to me too. I actually find sometimes I listen to music, but then sometimes I go, you know what? I just need to just not be thinking about this and just be listening to that, and it kind of like it distracts your brain. It's almost like it's tricking your brain. I like that. IMG boss is here, have to go. Okay, Jelena, gotcha. Okay, all good. When you get a chance, pop in. Jeff, practice watching what you are drawing, not what your hand is doing on the sheet being drawn on. Interesting, Jeff. I like that one too. Marcy says, yes. I struggle unless I'm listening to music without lyrics. With headphones specifically, fortunately, I'm also on Neuromeds. That helps me not think. Okay. Well, okay. All right. Oh, hello, Shiny. G'day, Shannon. I just realised Chrissy does her day job again every Wednesday night. Isn't she the best receptionist of live streams? Stops working to say hello to everyone that enters, very friendly, always answers questions. All right, Shannon. Okay, well, you have to pop by because you're not far away from me. Okay, it's your turn to come and visit me, I think. Heidi says, okay. Oh, is okay. Heidi listens to audiobooks too. Sergio, hello, Sergio, hello everyone. How are you all doing? We're all doing well. Doing a water-soluble graphite and carbon painting. Sorry, I have to pronounce that correctly. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, Tina, hello. Welcome. Good morning. So happy to see your happy face. Wonderful. And so glad to see you here as well. Welcome to our little group here. We all have a bit of fun here. And don't forget, please, if you haven't already, feel free to join our Share Your Art with Xrissart Facebook group and share your ideas and share your paintings and tell us about your experiences and all of that sort of stuff. It's all about sharing. Share your art supply, shopping sprees, because that's something. And of course, tell us about all of those good deals that that you stumble on. Gotta say, you know what? When I get them, I will tell you. But guess what? I've purchased the Derwent Light Fast pencils, and they're almost at my doorstep. I just can't wait, and I will be sharing those, sharing that experience. That's for sure. Let me see. Chrissy, says Deb. I love that you have tied your hair back so it stays off camera. That is part of it. And you know what? I've noticed that it's grown. I need to cut it. So, but yes, thank you for noticing, Deb. That's actually, yes, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons. Yes. Yes. Oh, you're making me blush, Deb. Jeez. Making me blush. Okay. All right. Marcy said, oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Wendy, for putting that link in. Thank you so much. Yes. So, but, and of course, I'm working in circles, sometimes up and down, but in circles. But geez, you know what? It's very hard for me to get past this surface. Pastelmat, serious, even on color pencil. It's really, really good. And as I was playing, as you can see, this bit here, this is from using Xrissart, and I was just playing before the stream. And some of the colours that I'm actually going to be using. So I need quite a few layers. So yes. Okay, so then it says, oh, okay, no, that's all right. That's not for me. Okay, so so if I could go back to this fellow Stefan Bowman. Such a cool guy. Like, you guys have, I mean, he's predominantly an oil painter, like I said, but you guys have just got to check this guy out, because the reason why I say that is because the stuff that he says makes sense really in any kind of medium. And he talks mainly about not painting things, but painting effects. So, for example, in his YouTube channel, or his, the videos that he actually produces, he has a class that he's actually talking with, and he just films himself. But some of the things that he says, I'm thinking, yes, I understand that. That makes sense to me as well. And yeah, and I think that's something that you guys should check out. Peggy, hello, welcome. And some of the things he was also saying when he was talking about that question that I asked you, he said there are three things. He says seeing something, processing, and then delivering to your hands. So, which I thought that was actually quite interesting. So seeing something, forget the brain, okay? Then processing, get the brain out real quick, and then delivering what the eye is seeing to the hands, right? And so that was, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, it all makes sense, but how do I do that without my brain getting in the way? So I thought that was actually quite interesting. And then, so then he talks about, and then he says, he goes, what you don't want to do is to let your brain think too much. And this is what I was just saying before. He goes, eyes and hands should be doing most of the work. And this is what I was getting out of the conversation. So there you go. I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah. Okay. Can I just say these Pablos, I know it doesn't look very good here now, but I'm trying to, now I could have, you know what, I was this close. I can tell you I was this close to putting pan pastels here, like masking this and just using this bit for colour pencil. But I thought, you know what, do the whole thing in colour pencil, you know. I've become so dependent on using pastels or pan pastels, and this wonderful medium colour pencil does so many wonderful things. Like, I'm just loving this at the moment, so enjoying this at the moment. Deb says, I feel bad you are having to oh my gosh, Deb. Don't you be thinking like this, Deb. Don't you be dare thinking like this. I feel so bad having to do my piece, but it's very interesting to compare it to what I had done. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, and that's it. You know what? Every artist is different, and we all have different approaches about how we do things. So please don't feel like that. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. And actually, you know what? That just brings me up. He goes, okay, let me see what else. Okay. All right. And I've got to say also too is this artist was also talking about, and now I had to write these things down because I knew that I would forget it, but I thought it was very interesting. So if you don't mind, I'm actually going to read something. And if you do, and if you do mind, too bad, because I'm reading it anyway. That's right. Okay. Oh, that's right. Now, the one thing he was, which I got out of what he was also speaking about, was art is a form of language, and it is a universal language, and it is a common language. That's what he called it. It is a common language. And this is another point he said. He goes, art is a visual conversation, which is actually quite interesting. So one of my questions is that when, if you're doing a project, is it your aim to affect someone with your, or do you want to communicate a message with your art? Now, I know I can say from my point of view, it all depends. Okay, a lot of the work that I've done in the past hasn't really communicated a message, but I definitely understand what that means. And of course it depends on what kind of project you're doing. And so, for example, if you are copying a reference, there's a few ways how I have a take on this. You can communicate through the lights and the darks that you put into your painting, and that affects the viewer. You can affect, if you're painting in oils or watercolor or any kind of wet medium, you're communicating with your brush strokes, and what makes the viewer think, they go, oh wow, look how that artist did that, how that artist made that effect. And it makes you feel something. It gives you an emotion, right? Whether it's happy or sad, or you know what I mean, or it could be the composition of an artwork. You might be provoking an emotion. There's all sorts of ways that you can communicate, and so I thought that was actually quite interesting. So then when he was saying that, and then I actually turned it to myself, and I'm thinking, what am I communicating? It all depends on which project I'm doing, but I have actually done a few pieces which have provoked some kind of feeling, and it wasn't one which I was aware of until someone actually commented on it. And some have been more on a spiritual level, and some have been just on an aesthetic level. But I'm just interested to see what your views are. When you're painting something, is it something that's conscious? Are you conscious to provoke any kind of emotion when you're painting? Now, I know that we're all, and it may not, because I can tell you there are so many paintings that I've done, and some people have said to me, it goes, now, Christy, what is this all about? And I go, well, there was no emotion whatsoever in this. I didn't mean any emotion. It's just that I liked what I was doing. So I didn't think of any kind of emotion. But I was just wondering, in your art, do you think about evoking any emotion? This is my question to you. Oh, hang on, let me go back. I feel you are having to do... Oh, okay. Okay. Joanna says, Coffee Cat, I'm always so happy listening to people enjoy what they are doing with their art. It's just great meeting people who enjoy hobby and fun, and having fun. Okay, that's wonderful. Heidi says, Chrissy, are you going to use OMS on this piece? Heard it works amazingly even after just one layer on. Yes, I've been thinking about that. That's why I've got this. I've used OMS here, and I'm thinking, we'll see how I go. 50-50, I'm thinking about it. I've got it close by. As you can see, here it is here. I'm using Zest It. So I'm thinking about it. Okay. Sneak says, I just did a piece in pencil on Pastelmat. She blended with OMS, and it was amazing to watch. Yes, and how to get more color pencil and spend a fortune for Pastelmat. Yes, absolutely. Heidi says, the only art message on my end is to myself. Save your sanity. Yes, okay. Well, you know what? There's messages everywhere. What can I say? Chrissy, says Nanette, I tried to do that with the dog drawing. I posted. Yes, that was wonderful. I wanted to show Cold Winter. Yes, I actually really liked that one. That was so nice. my gosh, look how quickly that happened. Look at that. Sharpener. I know some people, we all talk about sharpeners. It's all preference, isn't it? So there you go. I have to put layers on this, so yes, so there you go. So I thought that was actually quite interesting. You know, if you have any kind of is there an emotion? Sometimes I don't even realize if there isn't. I think in most of the ones that I've done, I would say probably about 8 times out of 10, I haven't purposely gone out to provoke any emotion. And if I have, it's who is viewing the art piece and what it means to them. But I tell you what, there is Wendy and I are working on a project which is like a few months down the track, and it's actually something which is provoking some kind of emotion. So please watch out for that. I can't tell you exact dates, but it's within the next couple of months for sure. And it's something which I've been thinking about, and I've actually I've drawn a few thumbnails of what one of my projects is going to be. So yes, and weathering. Okay, all right. Coffee Cat says, I don't usually think about an overall message, but many of the pieces I do have stories attached to them. Yes, I do, and I know, and I look at those all the time, Coffee Cat. You know what you should do, Joanna? You should actually share some of your artwork in our Share Your Art with Xrissart, because you're actually doing some stories, which is really, really good. Okay, so telling the story in colour and composition is something I'm conscious of. Well, there you go. Oh, hang on, let me put that sharpener away there. Yes, so Chrissy, I meant to do that, but with your project you are doing with the Dreamcatcher and poem and artwork, you should share that too. It is awesome. Which one? Nanette says, I've got to leave for the gym now. Have a good day. Night, everyone. Okay, Nanette, thank you so much. Thank you so much for popping by. Have a great time. Gym. Geez, that's something I should be doing also. I do walk at lunchtimes during my... at times, that is. At times. I'm actually loving these Pablos. They're really, really nice. I've actually got a few polychromos here by my side as well, which I thought would be good for what I'm doing here as well. So Okay, here's something also too. Here's something. He goes, what was he saying? He was also saying, if you are trying, when you're painting an artwork or a drawing, it doesn't have to be, it could be anything really. He goes, are you trying to say something, and does your audience visually get it? And that's interesting too. Like, I mean, do you have to sit there and explain what it is? Does your audience get it? Which is very interesting as well. There you go. I don't know, sometimes I just think, well, you know, like sometimes it doesn't mean anything, so I don't really think I need to explain anything. Some of the, perhaps maybe some of the animals that I've done, apart from some challenges or art challenges that I was involved with, I didn't see anything that you know, I wasn't sort of conveying a message as such. And probably the only message, I don't know, like with this project, you know, with my element project as well, I'm not projecting any kind of message, but the only thing I'm projecting is symbolism, I suppose. That's all I'm doing at the moment. I don't think, unless, the only thing is that I'll probably be doing is talking about the characters, but I'm actually going to be writing something. But through my artwork, I'm not quite sure with that project if I'm projecting any kind of, I don't know, message or anything. It's just, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know what you would call it. It's only themed, so. Wow, look how lovely these pencils go on Pastelmat. Oh, they're just gorgeous. Wow. Let me see. If I can get an hour of heavy exercise in, I am better able to sit at my drawing board for the rest of the day. Well, there you go. That's fantastic. See, you know, all these endorphins and all of that, it clears your mind. And yes, Marcy says, I've been tempted to try to learn some art history to try to help getting some emotions into my work. Well, you know, everyone is different, but we're all the same. You know, same but different. That's interesting. Heidi says, Chrissy, I think the emotion is in the eye of the beholder. Proof is what people come up with, and the meaning of some famous paintings that have one or two colors. Yes. Marcy says, interesting. You know what a painting means for some could mean, you know, can mean something else for someone else. That's interesting. Marcy says, I want to evolve naturally so it doesn't feel gimmicky to me. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm not into gimmicky stuff or clickbaity stuff or anything like that. So yes. Tessa, hello, welcome. Wendy and Chrissy, are you having Are you planning on streaming this weekend? No, not this weekend. Funny you should say this weekend. I'm not going to be live streaming again this weekend, but that's it. I've just got some family commitments that have just happened, you know, week after week. It's my grandson's birthday, and we're having a little birthday celebration, and my daughter's asked me to help her with some of the planning, so that's why I won't be able to stream this Sunday, because my daughter has booked me in for the weekend. So yes, can you believe it? I'm a grandmother and he's 1 year old, baby Stephen. Okay. Okay. Wow, this is really weird. I'm normally color pencil. Mind you, I've done a few colored pencil projects where I've actually done some mixed media with pastel. Yes. Oh, and Helen, hello Helen. Weird seeing you work with colored pencil. Yes, I know it's something that you guys don't normally see me do, but that's okay. Well, you see, this project that I'm doing, or that we're all involved in, not all, but there's a few that are actually participating, and I've decided to use different mediums this time. I mean, seriously, I've got to be able to do. I have worked with other mediums, it's just that you guys just see me work with pan pastels, that's all, or pastels, or pastel pencils. But I've got a few of these to do, and I thought they're only tiny, and they're not going to take that long, so I'm actually going to do one in watercolor, and I think I've got one more to do, and I might even do that one in acrylic. So all the things that I don't normally do. So I am trying different mediums. I'm trying to avoid pastels, if as much as I can, do something different. And of course I love colored pencil, and I love oils, and I love watercolors. I love all of those. Deb says, Chrissy, I was looking at Picasso prints on the Google with my husband. He is not a fan, but it was interesting to see his reaction to some of them. One actually made him angry to look at. There you go. This is what I was talking about. Thought-provoking emotion. Now, it's interesting, Deb. Why did he get angry? Why did he get angry? Interesting. Interesting that you should say that. And that's what it's all about too. Here we go. Okay, what's another question? Let me see. What else can I ask you? I wrote all these things. I was thinking about it. Yeah, see, and that goes back to Deb, what you were saying. Like this fellow, Stefan Bowman, he was also saying, he goes, you can also make some people laugh or cry in a minute. In a minute, like for example, I've actually, there's sometimes like I've seen on some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, that I'm a member of, and there's been like, you know, there might be a post where, and it was like a puppy or a dog, and the way he or she had their mouth, and it was almost like they were having a bit of a smile and they were giggling, and honestly it just made me smile. And I'm thinking to myself, and that was the first comment that I made. I go, this painting made me smile, because it actually did. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about emotions and stuff like that. Like it could be, you know, it could be anything really, but I mean that's what. And then when when I heard this fellow talk about that, I thought, you know what, that's funny. It made me think about some of the posts which I had a look, and I thought, oh wow, and that's so true, because you know, like I had a bit of a giggle when I saw, like, you know, a particular post where the dog was smiling, or it appeared that it was smiling. I thought, oh wow, well there you go. It just goes to show. So that's why, you know, I felt that way. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. Hang on, I need to sharpen, because look at that. It's not sharp enough for the little bit that I need to get in there. Helen says, I often use, oh hang on, let me go further back. Tessa says, trying different mediums is always fun. I'm currently experimenting with marker underpaintings for pastels. Fun and fast. Well, there you go. That's fantastic. See? You know, that's fantastic. And don't forget, when you guys are, if you guys are trying things out and experimenting, please share your art with Xrissart. It would be fun to see what you come up with, and you know, like the conversations, like carry on the conversation into that Facebook group, which is fantastic. Deb says, Chrissy, it was very abstract, and I doubt even he could tell why it evoked the emotion it did. Well, there you go. That's strange. Wow. Okay. Let me see. What did I... Oh, g'day. Hello, Anna. How are you? Welcome. Okay. Shiny says, markers are magic. I almost always end up using them to give darkness and definition. Well, there you go, Shannon. Way to go. Sneak says, I think that light and emotion are what makes the masters and what we strive to capture. Well, there you go. I'm just making sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm just playing here. I'm sorry, just so you can see what I'm doing. I just want to make sure. This is the polychromos. I'm not sure. Here we go. Let's try this very lightly. I'm just trying to put enough layers so then I can then I will put Okay, well, let's see how we go with this pencil here. This is polychromos, and this is the one, oh, what is it? It's the cobalt color, which is, okay, all right, okay. Hello, Jay Abdullah. Crayola Simpkins, does that emotion, Crayola Simpkins, does that emotion evoking thing for me. Okay, interesting. I have to have a look at that. I've never heard of that one. Let me just go back. I just want to make sure that I haven't missed. I tried, Tessa says, I tried that, but okay. Oh, I tried that, but don't find that faster. Okay, that's interesting. Marcy says, no, not yet. It's a journey, I suppose. Okay. Peggy says, Chrissy, I want to do a piece that will make the viewer feel loved. That's the piece in my head. There you go. These are the sorts of things I'm talking about. Wonderful. Okay. Marcy says, I often wonder, 100 years from now, who will be considered the new masters? Oh, very good question. Who knows? That's a very good question. We need a time machine. Chris, let me see. Anna says, Chrissy, are you doing your version of the mosaic? Yes, I am. One of. Yes. Yes, I am. So, and in colour pencil as well. Oh, Monica says, oh, made it. Hi, hello, Moni. How you going? Yeah, so that's what I thought was really interesting, is, you know, talking about, and because what I'm trying to say is that art is a universal language. That's what it is. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm looking forward to seeing what, okay, what it's all about. Yes. It's interesting to see what, you know, from 100 years. It's a very good question, actually. A very good question. Who are going to be the masters in 100 years' time? Well, I tell you what. I'll be lucky if my great-great-great-grandchildren, by that time, of course, I'll be 6 feet under, but in heaven, hopefully, painting and drawing. That's what I think. Painting and drawing and running amok. I'm sure I'll be doing that. But yes, no, that's a very interesting. I wonder if art will be something in 100 years' time with all technology. It'd be a shame if that's not part of it. Wendy says, art is the visual and music is the audible languages. That's very nice. Very nice. Helen says, have to go. My neighbour has coffee ready and I don't leave the house much with my... Oh, okay. All right. And okay, no worries. Okay, Helen, thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. So nice to see you here. Deb says, I suspect that mediums that are new and different from mainstream will be more appreciated. I'm just looking at what you guys are looking at, and it's very uneven at the moment. And you know what? This is very light pressure, I've got to say, on Pastelmat. One of my favourite surfaces ever. How can you say no to this surface? Heidi says, Chrissy, in the future, art might all be just digital or something similar. It's already going that way, I think. Yes, I know. But you know what? I'm going to hold on to... I'm going to hold on to this, okay? I'm going to hold... You know what? It's... I do get it. And... I do get it. And yes, I understand that's a very good possibility, but I'm going to hold on to something like this. We'll be dead anyway. What a shame. But if you think about, if you're thinking about, say, for example, masters, we've got paintings that go back a couple of 100 years easily. So, you know, there's hope for colour pencil artists, pastel artists, because of course, you know, pastels have been around for a while. So you never know. You just never know. Oh yes, thank you so much, Wendy, for that. Wendy's just put in a link to Abigail's photography. Is that correct, Wendy? Yep. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Noir. Hello. How you going? I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Noir. I think it will stay mixed mediums. Digital, normally normal ways. Maybe some mixed mediums. Oh, hang on. Maybe some new ways. I will also get Apple iPad in winter, so we'll also try digital painting. Pastel I still love. Yes, it is lovely. Coffee Cat says traditional art lasts a long time, much longer than digital, so it will be around, I'm sure. I think so too, Coffee Cat, because think about all of the oil paintings that have been around for hundreds of years. You know, I mean, how old is the Mona Lisa? I don't know. A couple of 100 years for sure. Has to be. I mean, I don't know the date. There you go. We've got masters in our stream. Yes. Yeah, all the talent. That's exactly right. Wendy is just talking about, look at all the talent in our stream. All of you guys have got some wonderful one, and that's so true. Yes. Wow, this looks very blotchy here, doesn't it? It's all pretty flat though, except for this area. I might have to put a bit of white in there. That's about it. And I'm pressing very, very lightly. Deb says, I do digital art, and there are things that are easier, but it's not the filters. It's not all, sorry, but it's not all filters, etc. It is just difficult to get a piece right, as if I'd taken any other medium to do it. It allowed me to do art. Absolutely. Over 500 years now. There you go. See, there you go. Noir says, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correct. Is that correct? Heidi says, I haven't tried digital art yet, but for those of you that do digital, do you find it gives the same feeling of satisfaction as doing art with traditional mediums? That's a very good question. Deb says, absolutely. Well, there you go. Wow. Yes, it would, because it gives you some kind of, when you're still drawing, aren't you? Look at that. Hello, baby. Look at that. No, it is spoken Enior. In Germany we speak I like English. Okay. Oh my gosh, how am I saying this? Nior. Okay. Nior. Yes, there we go, Nior. Well, Nior, we have got a few German people in the chat as well. Heidi speaks German as well, so I know. Yeah, Heidi speaks quite a few languages, don't you, Heidi? And correct us. For all the French speaking, German speaking, Heidi can correct us all, for sure. Me in particular, but anyway. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Why didn't I do this? I needed to get some... And you know what? I've only put 2 layers, but I think I have got enough on here to put odorless mineral spirits, but very, very gentle. Nior means pronounced ni-or. There you go. Thank you so much. That is so cool. Let me see. I guess I don't understand why anyone would think it was less than traditional art. Yes, Sneaks, I agree with you. I think digital art is exactly the same. That's how I see it anyway. That's me. I totally get it. Tessa says, a good thing about digital is no need to sharpen pencils, I guess. Absolutely, you don't need to worry about that, that's for sure. Or clean up, says Moni, that's for sure. Okay. I keep my English high with visiting streams and videos. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. You can. We've got people here from many languages, and we all help each other. And you know, I think Heidi can be our translator. Hey Heidi, you're going to be our translator as well. But you know, Coffee Cat also, Coffee Cat, German, right? Joanne can well, Coffee Cat's name is Joanne, so Joanne uh, can also translate. Save a tree, draw digital. There you go. Oh, g'day, Wicked. Hello, how you going? It's a different feeling, but I guess it can't get to be equally satisfying over time. You find other things you love about it. Well, there you go. Ruth, hello Ruth, welcome. I don't think we've seen you here, so welcome to the stream. Are you on the Patreon group? No, no, I don't have Patreon, not yet, but you know, I have been asked about this. I have been asked, but not yet. Not yet. But thank you for asking. Coffee Cat, I'm available for German, English, and Japanese. There you go. See, I need all my translators. Please. Stay here. Heidi says, Chrissy, always willing to help translate, but I'm sure there are others several on here that also speak several languages. Well, you know, between us all, I think we've got the whole world covered, actually, if you ask me. Oh, there you go. And Chandri speaks French and German and Dutch. Well, there you go. Oh, okay. These streams and all the art groups are so good to practice English. Well, there you go. Although, Anna, you're okay. You speak English very well too. Nior says, my last lessons, I did wear for the right amount of pigment before. Okay. All right, now I think I might be able to use. I'm thinking I'm not going to use. Okay, I'm not going to use OMS for this section here, but definitely for my background. Okay, so here we go. Cross fingers. All right. I'm going to go very, very lightly, okay? Okay, just so you can see, here we go. Okay, and I've dried it, so I don't want it very wet. Oh, actually, I've dried it too much. Hang on. Wow, that's terrific, isn't it? I've just got to be very, very careful because it does bleed. I know it does. So it's almost like a dry. Here we go. And because I know it's going to bleed into this, so I actually want to be very careful how I do that. Okay. Andy says, Chrissy, does using Zested dissolve or soften the Pastelmat? No, it you know what, I've used Zested on Pastelmat quite a few times, and it doesn't affect it in any way possible. So you know, it all depends what techniques you like to use. Some people... Okay. I think when it comes to, you might also be thinking of Pastel Card by Sennelier. I wouldn't use water on that, of course, but definitely Zest It works on there. I've done it. I've actually done a project using Pastel Card and Zest It, and I've done a few. I've done a video on Pastel Card, and I have used Zest It, and it hasn't affected it whatsoever. So I wonder if that's what you also mean. But definitely on Pastelmat, I'm not having any problem whatsoever. So, and what I have to do is just wait for it to dry and just go over. It almost looks painterly. Actually, you can't see it properly on screen, but in person, let me see. Before I always got so nervous. Anna says, sorry. Before I also got so nervous, I felt I could not keep on the conversation for long. Nowadays, much easier since I chat with you guys so often. So thank you. Oh, that's all right, Anna. And Anna says, Chrissy, it's all thanks to you guys. This week we had this huge customer event at work where we had many customers from all over the world. It was so nice to see how easy it was to speak to them. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's so good. So good. Oh, so good. Oh, Wendy, did you put that, which one did you? Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Wendy, so much. Wendy just put up a link of, it was, I was testing Pastel Card by Sennelier, and I was using various mediums and using water and Zest It with a few mediums. Yes, which is actually a very good test, really. And there was one where we did which was also, you may not find it, Wendy, but it's one where we did together. It was a long time ago where there was it was a challenge that we did, and we had where it was landscape, portrait, insect, transport, and you found a rickshaw, and I had to put a rickshaw in a painting. But it's going back a lot. But that was also on Sennelier Pastel Card, and it was interesting because I did a bit of mixed media on that one as well. Wicked says, I cringe inside when I have to speak English on rare occasions. A couple of times a year. Half of my life is in English, reading, writing and listening too. Well, that's a very good way to learn, isn't it? I think. But actually speaking English is perfectly, but actually speaking English, my perfectionist ears hate it. Oh, don't be silly. You know what? If you don't speak, it doesn't matter whether you don't say the names right. How will you learn? It's so funny how you say that. My parents migrated from Greece, and they were teenagers. I was born and bred here, so I am Australian, but my ethnic background is Greek. But my parents learnt how to read and write and speak English, so they speak actually okay. And my mum in particular, she is very conscious of the way she speaks English. And of course, if there was a word that she didn't understand, she would write it down, research it, or she would ask me, what does that mean? And yeah, so I wouldn't worry. Because my so my mum and dad, they, or particularly my mum, who was very conscious of the way she spoke, and so she made sure that she didn't. She felt that she sounded silly, but she didn't. Oh, did you find that link as well, Wendy? Oh, yes, no. Oh. Yes. Oh no, it's up to you. Yeah, you can if you like. How many of us use art as a physical or occupational therapy to aid in coping with a disability? Personally, I'm now, in brackets, after 2 years, able to make art, but still cannot legitimately, thank you, Tim, legitimately write my name. But that's all right. That's okay. That is fine. Well, how many? Well, I always, I mean, art always gives me a lovely escape for a start anyway. So, yes. My throat starts to hurt very soon due to all the effort in maintaining some neutral accent and correct pronunciation. Maybe if I had the opportunity to speak it every day, that would change. Well, you know what? Give me a call. I'll talk to you in English. What can I say? Whether you understand me, that's another story. But anyway, I think you all understand me now, thank God. See? Because you're all used to me. That's what it is. You're used to me. And who knows, you may even start to talk like me. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid if that ever happened. Okay. It's very, very blotchy, isn't it? That's all right. Needs a few layers. Okay, Neor says, at the moment I can only look while others paint. I fall onto my hand. Can't use it normal since 5 weeks. Okay, all right. Oh, I see that. Oh, okay. Have you broken your hand? Maybe, perhaps. Oh, Tessa's going. I need to go. It's my dad's birthday and the cake is waiting. Bye, everyone. Oh, birthday cake. Very nice. What is it? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry? What is it? But anyway, thank you for popping by, Tessa. Thank you for hanging out with us. Ew. Strawberry. Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, thank you so much for popping by, Tessa. Hope to see you soon again, for sure. And don't forget to share your art with Xrissart, okay? Neor says, no, it is the discus inside. I got surgery 2 years ago. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I hope that art helps you in some way. In some shape, way, or form. Shape, way, or form. Okay. Oh, I have to say, it's wintered here, and of course, the winter time has cracked my hands. The cold wind and stuff like that, and of course, you guys there in the northern hemisphere, it's probably lovely summer days. I wish it was summer here. We're just at the start of winter here, so I've got aircon and warm blankets and coats and all of that stuff. All right, gonna have to wait for this to dry. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm just looking at what you're looking at. It is extremely blotchy. Okay, and with this, unfortunately, I've got to wait for this to really dry completely before I keep on going. So, okay. All right, Chrissy, do Australians say aircon? Yes, we say aircon. Yes, we do say aircon. Neor says, oh, Marcy, I did. It is funny. Oh, sorry. Okay. We appear to be having a monsoon season with not a lot of warmth. Oh, okay. Wow. Heidi says, Chrissy, aircon is Aussie for heating. Yes, it could be heating or for cold. Absolutely. Aircon here is air conditioning, cooling. I know, but we chop everything in half. Aircon. Oh, what's some of the other words that we say? We say so many. We say so many, but yeah, we say a lot. We could. Anna says, sorry, I laugh at your winter. Yes, our winters are like, nothing compared to what you guys get in the Northern Hemisphere. But you know what? We get our cold days, don't you worry. So funny. Like, nothing, well, in the suburbs, nothing below 0, that's for sure. Okay. Marcy says, oh yeah, Chrissy, have you ever tried using your non-dominant hand to play with art? No, yeah, yes I have, and I went quickly to my right hand. There is no way I will do. Well, of course, there's nothing wrong. Oh, yeah, look, I don't think I could even hold the brush or the pencil. I have tried it a few times, but I don't think I could, yeah, no, I better not do anything before yeah. But that's a very interesting question. Has anyone in the chat there used your non-dominant hand for art? That's something. Unless you're ambidextrous, then that doesn't count. There you go. That's interesting because Japanese say the same. Nice. Okay, aircon. There you go. They chop it in half too. Neor says, oh, I stood some weeks in New Zealand. It was March in the mountains. It was a bit cold like we know it in Europe in spring. Yeah, because they've got mountains and the landscape in New Zealand is just the most awesomest place. I don't, the awesomest, that's not such, that I know that's not a word. Most awesome? Awesomest? Oh, here we go. I'm going to get corrected left, right and centre here. Well, excuse me, but Wendy's actually saying to me, the long words, I'll just explain. The long words we say, we shorten them, and the short words we extend them. I don't know about awesome. That probably doesn't apply for that, but that's just Chrissy-isms, okay? That's all that is. It's just Chrissy-isms. Sneak says, Chrissy, now that would be a challenge for the group. Absolutely, everyone, you know? Let's just do it. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be the funniest thing out? Oh, maybe that's what we should do. Oh no. Next month's challenge. That is the most bizarrest thing. Well, you know what? If you do one, can you please share it? That would be good to see. Okay. Anna says, plus 15 to 30. I bet it's an average. I bet it is as average somewhere around 17 Celsius. Well, 17 is considered coolish. Celsius is a bit coolish for Australia. Coolish. Not coolish, not cold, but yeah, it's it's sort of let me. Okay, Wicked says, fun fact: we call aircon climate. Literal translation, informal speak. It must sound really weird to you. Like AC. Oh, you would call it AC. Yes. Yeah, I've known it AC, but it's mostly aircon. Neor says, so many green colours. It was no words for it. Okay. Chrissy, I say it is a word. Chrissy, wait. That's it. See, there you go. I have people. I'm going to invent my own language. It's called Chrissy-isms. That's it. Chrissy, no, it is not cool. It is hot. Are you kidding me, Anna? Be nice kind of hot. Oh my gosh, no way. That is, you know what? In summertime? Yeah, no way. Well, I suppose in Finland, and that's like, you know, the, oh, well, how can I say, like, more towards the North Pole, you know what I mean? Well, I'm not going to say it's the North Pole, but, you know, it's on that side of the earth. Whereas we're, you know, how can I, oh, look, I don't even know how to do that. If the sphere is like that, and of course Finland is here, Australia's here down the bottom. Oh, sorry, down the bottom here. I don't even know how to, yeah. No, I don't know how to describe it. Neil says, there we go. That's a nice warm late winter. There you go. In Japan. There you go. It would get hot in Japan too, wouldn't it? And very cold, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. All right. This is going to take a while to dry because I know Pastelmat takes a while to dry. See, look at that. Look at that, see? Takes. Okay, now I've got to ask how hot it gets in Japan. Well, there you go. Wendy used to live in Japan. Joanna lives in Japan, so go for it, ladies. Okay, let me see. Heidi says, all is what your body is used to. When we were in Africa, 20 degrees Celsius. We had shorts on, and the local people were huddled around the fire and drinking hot drinks. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Oh my gosh, you can imagine. It's probably like about, in Africa, it would probably be 40, 50 degrees. Wow, that would be like over 100 Fahrenheit for sure. I don't know what that is, but I know that would be hot. We recently had 40 degrees in May. Summers are hot. There you go, Coffee Cat. All right. Well, I'm going to cover this, put that aside. Wow. Wow, damn, that's hotter than in the Mediterranean. We rarely reach 40 degrees, and it's usually in July. Well, there you go. There you go. Okay. All right. I'm going to wait for that to dry before I go on there. So what I might do is I might just try this little area here. And let me, yeah, I've got probably about 10 minutes. So I'm just testing this out. Because I'm using that, and I'm using, sorry, just checking. Here we go. All right, here we go. So while I'm waiting for this to dry, so I'll just Jay Abdullah says, I have 50 degrees summer average for 9 months of the year. Oh gosh, I love summer. I want summer all the time. Don't like winter. But then other people have other ideas. Anne says, Chrissy, polar circle starts from north part in Finland, but this is a long country at Lapland. I think we had a little bit of snow last week. You're kidding. And here in the middle of Finland, we had somewhere around 10 degrees. Oh my God, that is considered cold around here. I can tell you that now. That is cold here for us. I would not cope in your winters. No way. Particularly in the Canadian winters as well. There's no way. Like, is it what, cold 9 months of the year, I'm sure. Nior, hot. That is hot for June. There you go. Next week they say will be 40 degrees. Today we have a bit more than 30. Oh, so jealous. Oh, and also just wanted to mention, I won't be live streaming this Sunday. I just wanted to also, just make sure that, but I will be live streaming next Wednesday, and then the next Sunday after that, I will be, the working streams will go ahead as normal. But just wanted to mention that. This is all still very wet, so. Yes, you can pile a lot of clothes on in winter time, but oh boy. I agree with that, Heidi, but still. Not sure. Okay. Thank you, Marcy. I love the way you just did. Yes. Heidi, that's a very good question. Do I like color pencil over? Are you having fun? Yes, I'm having fun with color pencil. I love color pencil. Fun with color pencil. I'm on Pastelmat. Yes, I do. And you do with pastel. Yes, I do. I find that using color pencil on Pastelmat works so much faster than other surfaces that I've used. So in that way, most definitely, yes, I do. And this is a lovely small piece, so not much. I was conscious not to make these little projects too big, so yes. But yes, definitely enjoying it. Honestly, this surface is fantastic. Whatever you do with it. Be working on this for a little bit, so wow, it looks really weird like that now when I see it. Oh well. This bit here needs, forgot this bit. This is a flag. And you know what, this is very light pressure. I'm not pressing hard. I just got to tell you that. Not pressing hard at all. It's so cool. Oh wow, it's still wet, so I've got to wait for a very long time. All right, let me see. Okay. This is part of a flag. But I find that colour pencil is not as forgiving as pastels, so. But these laid down beautifully here, so. I need something paler. So Chrissy, if someone gave you Pastelmat and you had to choose either colour pencil or pastel to use, which would you choose? Wow. That's a very good question, and what can I tell you? If I was using colour pencil the way I do Pastelmat, it would be an extremely difficult decision to make. But I would have to say pastel would be the one that I would prefer. Very good question, very difficult to answer. Very difficult to answer. I love that question. Thank you so much, Heidi. That is so cool. Nior says, well, I should try one of my Warcraft pictures on Pastelmat with pencils, left-handed. It is easier than left-handed pastels, and maybe I have a better success with pencils on Pastelmat. Pastelmat is a surface which I think if you're able to, I understand that it's not cheap. If you are able to, that is one surface which you should try. Definite. It is a wonderful surface to try. Absolutely. Okay, let me see. All right, but if you want to, okay. Back now, drawing while listening. Okay, Shannon. All right, okay. I'm just going to do just this little bit here, and then I'll see how we go. Very close to finishing for this evening for me. I had to use my kneaded eraser because the smudging, it was going to make things look green, and I wanted it to look goldy yellow. So now I can't remember who's got this side of it. It's interesting. Wow, look at that. Okay, since I visit your stream, I only use Pastelmat. It is not cheap, but I have better results, less frustration for a beginner. Absolutely, and that's what I always try to say. If you're even if you're a beginner, go for it. The surface makes so much of a difference. Absolutely, absolutely. Let me see. I might call this a stream, I think. Now, I hate to leave it like this. I've got so much to do on it. But it definitely will make all of this even. It looks very, very blotchy. Needs quite a few more coats on that, that's for sure. No Pastelmat in my country or UArt sanded. Mi Tante is available. Mi Tante is okay. But they're also, Jay Abdullah, there's also like online, if you can. Was a great stream as always. Oh, thank you so much, Joanna. Same here. I ordered over 90% of my art supplies online from different countries. Well, there you go. Even I do. Oh my gosh. I've got some Derwents Light Fast coming, and they've come all the way from UK. So there you go. Thanks for streaming, and thanks Wendy too. Well, look, just wanted to say thank you so much. I won't be doing my live streaming on Sunday or for Saturday for those people who are on the other side of the world, but definitely we'll be live streaming next week, next Wednesday. But I just wanted to also say thank you very much to Wendy. If you haven't subscribed and if you've visited here for the first time, please have a look at all the details below. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.